Once upon a time, there was a guy with a sword named Ike. One day, after a long day of swinging their sword around, he went with his dad to the Burger King for their $3.99 BK value meal when tragedy struck. His dad, who he loves dearly, decides that he's going to choke on a Whopper and died in battle. Grief-stricken, Ike went on a journey to the mountains and trained under the demon Maria, undergoing severe torture typical of a shonen manga. And now he is back, and he's pissed.
Brain damage story aside, so ever since I pulled 11 legendary Ikes, I've been actually debating the last couple days as to what IVs I should give him. It was actually much tougher to decide than I had initially thought, because there was a couple major choices I could have made. So the first major choice I almost decided on for a while there is minus HP plus attack. The actual reasoning is this. 1, having less HP meant that I could proc Wrath a little easier. And 2, having less HP meant that I can get infantry support easier. See, the thing with Legendary Ike is that he loses 4 HP with the HP Bane, which takes him down to 37 health base, or 41 for plus 10 units, which is really easy to reach. But then I ran into another problem. So, he entered a threshold where he could get one-shotted by certain blue mages. While he could certainly tank them if he's got summoner support, I'd like to build without that in mind, especially since I might use him in the defense. I want to make sure that he can hold his own without any, hand-holding from me. I also had another option with minus death plus res, which was the previous build I had with Magic Ike. But I decided to scrap the idea altogether because I am no longer running distant defense on his A slot thanks to warding breath being a thing now. Not to mention, he's already gotten the same amount of resistance as Magic Ike, so there's really no need for me to give him any more. So I did some calculations, pit him against his greatest rivals such as Reinhardt, Zelgius, Linda, etc. until I finally decided on minus speed plus attack. So now that he has warding breath to give him 2 charges, I decided on a build that'll cause him to completely obliterate an enemy on a counterattack, eliminating the need for speed altogether. After all, Ike is quite slow as he is, and even if I do give him a speed boon, he's not going to prevent doubles from the attack that really matters. That way, I can avoid messing with his defenses, and he can destroy any enemies as long as they're not buffed. And if they are, well, Ike fight for his friends, and in turn, they fight for him too. So to this end, I gave him Wrath, so that he would do extreme damage after taking a near-death hit from a blue mage. I then gave him infantry pulse supports, and 45 after all is still not that hard to match with other plus 10 infantry units. But then I ran into 2 problems. First, his Radiant Aether. So his Radiant Aether, it costs 2 charges after I get myself hit once. So I was originally gonna make a meme about God Ether when he rips someone's face off with a wrath-powered ether, which worked for the most part, but after he blows his load, he'll need to wait a turn before he can pull this off again, effectively making him a one-pump chump, which is never popular with the ladies. Another issue I had with Radiant Aether is that while it does pose significant power, it came up short on certain targets, because it doesn't scale properly. So, meaning that he'll be finished before his opponent, and then his opponent will blow their load on his face instead, resulting in death, and is very unpopular with the ladies.
There's too much.
Now, Radiant Aether is not a bad skill. It's very handy on certain situations where you gotta tank things from multiple sources over an extended period of time. But in the arena, it's kill or be killed, so you need to have a powerful attack that sends a message. Enter Bonfire. So with Bonfire, I found that I can eliminate more targets than ever before, be it blue or heavily armored reds like Christmas Storia. Though it's not completely perfect, it covers a much wider pool of heroes that he can one-shot, which makes me extra glad that I decided to keep his high def around. Now you may ask, why Bonfire and not Draconic Aura? Considering his super high attack, it makes perfect sense to use that as well. Well, one thing I found that blunted him was when I was facing off against blue units, his attack actually gets weakened due to weapon triangle disadvantage. So when that happens, I actually lose a couple points in attack in my Draconic Aura on top of my regular attack getting weakened. On the other hand, with Bonfire, there's no such weakness, because, well, your defense is not part of that calculation. You'll be able to squeeze a couple more points of true damage. This was another reason why I decided to keep his defense intact and went with minus speed instead. Anyway, since Bonfire's a 3-charge special, after blowing my load, Wrath will give me a charge at the start of a turn. And then I simply get a healer to heal Ike back up, and he's ready to go again. Now that, my friend, is something that'll really impress the ladies. Of course, Ignis is also very valuable if all you're doing is sending a message across. A full-powered Ignis from Ike will obliterate just about everyone in the game. This is perfect for arena defense as it will ruin someone's day. Still, just like everything, this build is not without its weaknesses. Although, it would be the same thing as other Ike builds as well. Anyway, if you shut off his ability to counter, he's practically a sitting duck. However, his massive defense does alleviate against fire sweep weapons, while deflect magic will allow him to tank a second magic attack. So as you can see here, I have accounted for his weaknesses as well and minimized it, creating the strongest legendary Ike build to ever exist. Super Magic Ike! Now, let's go and demonstrate the power of Super Magic Ike. So, I'm not going to be using a bonus unit this time around because I'll have plenty of time to do that with Marth and Raven very soon. Right now, I want to show the relations between Super Magic Ike and Gunthra. So, you see, Super Magic Ike is all about removing people from play. And when they get removed, well, the remaining unit gets to suffer from Gunthra as Gunthra continues to strangle them to death with minus attacks, minus 6, I think? Yeah, minus 6 attack and speed. So, and if you have equal defenses, apparently they have equal defenses. No? How do they... Oh, okay, it was just res that get removed. Okay, I was thinking to myself, nah, that can't be. They can't possibly have equal defenses. Anyway, but if they do have equal defenses though, then 2 people get affected by this. Right now, Cordelia just got nerfed by Gunthra, so we are already off to a wonderful, disgusting start. Let's go and open the path for Super Magic Ike to go through. Alright, let's see. I guess since they decide to spread themselves thin like that, we'll just go ahead and move Super Magic Ike over here to tank Lilina.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna move Gunthra away because, you know. Super Magic Ike versus Lilina. Ooh, that's cute. Let me show you something cuter. And with 65 damage, Lilina's face was blown off by Super Magic Ike.
What next?
And now, well, Mirth can do a decent chunk of damage to me. It will not be an issue because I will now heal.
I always do my best.
I always do my best. Hear this horrifying words, a horrifying chant of the demon Maria. Let's not do that because Seatbird will cover Cordelia. So we'll just let Super Magic Ike handle this. Super Magic Ike versus Mirth. Yeah, okay. Here we go.
Have mercy on my enemies.
No mercy. Dragon Nino was completely obliterated.
What can I do?
Alright, what can we do with Gunthra? Well, Gunthra will strangle the life out of Cordelia. And then we'll simply move her away.
May the dance move you. Goodness.
And now the only person left is Seekbird. And Seekbird is going to enjoy wonderful times of
Come on.
debuffs on his system. He'll probably choose to attack Ninian. But let's see. Oh no, he's going to choose to attack Super Magic Ike. Okay. Probably because Super Magic Ike cannot actually kill him this time. Unfortunately, if he's not wounded on the previous turn, he will not gain Wrath, and without Wrath, well, he can't unleash his move because he's too slow.
End of the line.
End of the line. That's a trade-off you have to do with him. If I want to be able to tank Reinhardt and Desperation Magic users, or simply just, I don't know, not wind sweep, just something that'll attack me twice without me being able to respond. Like, for instance, somebody used Candlelight on me, and then I can't counterattack. Well, with that, I can also tank a powerful magic attack as well, so it's really disgusting to have that up, considering how slow I am. Well, here we are with a blue mage, Delthea, and we're just gonna move over here and tank the Vampire Lolly's Dark Aura. Now that I think about it, maybe it's not such a big deal after all, because thanks to Gunthra, well, Delthea will not be doing much damage. This is a sad day for our favorite Vampire Lolly. But hey, at least you just got a buff. Philadelphia versus Super Magic Ike. Here we go.
There's no stopping me.
And now her tooth broke and she died painfully. Okay, now who's next? We have Eldigan over here. Unfortunately, Eldigan will kick my ass. So let's see here. I have to heal. Eldigan is rather slow, and he can't actually kill Maria in a single turn, so how about we do this? We can do two things. We can kill Eldigan.
Come on.
Yeah, let's just do that. Let's just do it. The Demon Maria uses her unholy power. Maria is one of the best Razzle Dazzle users, just simply because of how fast she is. She's ridiculous. And now you're crushed. Okay. And with that, we end this turn. Oh, I don't no idea what just happened, but they seem to be avoiding combat. We'll use this chance to heal Super Magic Ike and have him encroach upon those two. Let's line up and get ready for an attack. Oh, now that's kind of cute. If you're gonna be like this, then you know I'm just gonna feed you a face full of Gunthra. Yeah. What's that sound? What was that sound? Oh my god. That sounded like something that Azura would have made. Well, and Cordelia does 0 damage to Super Magic Ike. How about this? And now, so ends the tale of Bridal Cordelia. Okay, now who do we face next? Hopefully we'll find a Reinhardt, but I think he's extinct now. We used to see him like everywhere, but nowadays he's nowhere because sadly the meta has shifted. Though I'll probably use him again just because, you know, he's a fun guy and it's not fair what happened to him. This battle though is pretty easy. We just need to go and sit on these defense platforms. And Pala, such as Pala, would go and attack Super Magic Ike, and Super Magic Ike would just go and rip her face off like this, and that's the end of that. Okay, now we have to deal with Spring Camilla. Well, rather than using the Razzle Dazzle, I'll just sit back like this, and you can hit me. Bulbasaurus Rex plated versus Super Magic Ike. Ow, that hurt a little. Fortunately, this is what happens when you don't have it fully charged up. Alright.
What can I do?
Let's see, what can we do with Zelgius here?
I won't lose.
No, we can't really do much at the moment. So, what we will do is...
Of course.
this. Gunthra take care of that.
Of course.
And we'll do this. And
Goodness.
drive Gunthra out of here.
What
Or
can
we
I
can.
do?
No, we can't kill Cordelia yet. Do that. And then we'll heal Super Magic Ike.
I'm here with you.
Back to full or close to it. And then we'll remove Minion. Alright, let's use this chance to run down. Oh wow, Cordelia can survive that? That's actually pretty impressive. Well, see, this is what happens when you don't have... wait, maybe it's... I don't know. Her defenses are not that strong, but...
What next?
I'm actually genuinely surprised that I can't rip her face off in a single blow. Oh, right. What was I thinking? I don't have Wrath active. That's right. Okay, alright. If that's the case, well then, we'll just use this. The Demon Maria will teach you a painful lesson. Oh, oops, I did that by accident. That's not what I meant to do. That's okay, though.
Of course.
For some reason or another, I thought Gunthra was neat, but
Let's
no,
move.
she's not. Okay, alright, that's enough. Let's go and have Zelgius face the full power of Super Magic Ike.
I'll strike you down with one blow.
Hiya! And there goes Zelgius. Alright, let's see if we can't find... Ooh, Otacon. Didn't notice his name until now. Alright, here, let me add you to the friend list. If I can add you to a friend list, that'd be nice. Okay, let's see if we can't find a Reinhardt soon. We now fight... well, we get to fight Robin, and he's got Triangle and that'll hurt a lot, right? Let's use that as an opportunity to see how much he will hurt and how little damage Super Magic Ike can do in relations. I highly doubt he can beat him with Triangle Adapt 3 attached to this, but here we go!
I'll strike you down with one blow.
37 damage, not too bad, all things considered. Alright, now.
Lose.
Hmm.
Come on. What next?
829. Well, that just so happens to be enough.
Okay.
Let's go. Demon Maria uses 6 passive pain plus.
Let's move.
And then we'll just simply chop. I love that attack animation. That is so awesome.
Of course.
Ether.
May the dead.
And now. Yep.
I'll.
Okay, try me again. Ah! Here we go.
I won't have mercy on my enemies.
The bonfire destroys Thorja's face. Oh my god. And now we will simply... Ooh, wow, you can tank this pretty nicely. That's okay though. Some Demon Maria takes care of you. See, look. Colorless, no problem. I can do it too.
What next?
Maybe Super Magic I can't, but the Demon Maria, his master, can most certainly do this.
Okay.
Alright, now let's go and heal you back to full, and Mark can take a nice shot at Super Magic Ike, and we'll see what happens.
I won't have mercy on my enemies.
No mercy, that's what happens. Oh my god. Super Magic Ike. Who's next? I hope I run into a Reinhardt soon, but I don't think I'm gonna run into one ever again. I feel like he's completely gone extinct. Oh well, it doesn't really matter, I suppose, because regular Magic Ike could tank Super Magic Ike. Regular Magic Ike could tank Reinhardt, so Super Magic Ike can most certainly do the same exact thing. Alright, now, I guess I'll just sit here, I guess. There's not much I can do. Gunthra's already laid waste to Nino's attack stats. Oh, and here he goes. Nino versus Super Magic Ike. Don't even need a bonfire. Here I am wasting it.
There's no stopping.
They're wasting it over your face.
Okay, alright, now that just occurred. Let's see what we can do. Ooh, you can actually do quite a bit to me. So, let me see, 15. Without a Wrath active, I'd like to not risk it. So, in order to not risk it for the biscuit, we have the Demon Maria. So, I mean, at the end of the day, there are some weaknesses to this build because, after all, if I don't enter Wrath because my opponent either is too weak to make me enter Wrath, then I can't unleash a powerful counterattack which will wipe out any enemies. So there are some weaknesses. It is unfortunate, but we do our best. Mirth versus Demon Maria. Alright, you dare attack my master? I will just stab this sword right up your ass. Well, I tried, but that's my only attack animation, sorry. Okay, alright, now that Nino's forces has been defeated, we now have 2 more. Hopefully we'll run into a Reinhardt soon. But we won't. We will never run into a Reinhardt. He's finished. No more Reinhardt. Ooh, this is Felicia with a plate. A deadly plate. So, now that we have this to contend with, let us be a little more careful, because that actually hurts a lot. Though Super Magic Ike does have the advantage of not having a pitiful defense score, or resistance score.
I won't lose.
So he won't lose, hopefully. If you listen to Game Press, though, you will lose, because you will have no resistance. Well, then again, it doesn't really matter, because Felicia is only still doing 4 times 2. Oh, you want to try some of this too? Okay, alright, Mirth, come on. Goodbye, Dragon Nino, end of the line! Challenge me again, would you? Alright, let's see. I'm just gonna walk up there and slash Felicia to death.
Okay.
And then we will have Minion get destroyed by Maria.
Goodness.
Just drive over there and take care of Minion. Yep. And some wind appeared, and then that's the end of that dragon Minion. That's what happens when you are a dragon type and you have to deal with the ice type.
Do my best.
Okay, and we'll just end the show for today with
What can I do?
Tiki attacking Super Magic Ike. Come on, come on. Show me your power. I like the sound that she makes when she
End of
attacks.
the line.
I think her adult form has an even stranger sound. I think it's like or something like that. She has a really strange sound when she attacks. Anyway, enough talk. Goodbye. With awesome animation, Tiki's face was just slashed in 2, and now the dragons are defeated. Alright, let us do one more battle, I suppose. I don't mind using my dueling swords, why not? Oh, we get to fight Ninian as our final opponent. Alright, so we get to fight Super Magic. Let's see, 24 resistance. That's interesting. That's an interesting amount. Why would he have this? Oh, 40 plus 9. Okay, I understand now. I understand now.
I won't lose.
Okay.
Okay, I mean, it makes sense that I run into people who aren't completely plus 10 thanks to Kuntra, but such is life. Alright, so once you can see the weaknesses that Ike suffers if he does not have resistance. So, listen, you dumb? You use steady breath?
Okay.
Well, then you get to die painful death. Whereas, if Maria were to attack me, I would have survived. Because I actually have resistance, and I also have warding breath. So, you know, listen to Game Press and you will die to stupid Demon Maria. That's just a way of life, you know? It's natural selection. Okay, now we will watch as Super Magic Ike tank Ninian. Then after that, he'll tank Mirth, and then after that, he'll tank Lancina, and they'll all die. The end. Rah. Here we go!
There's no stopping me.
Whoa. Wow, you're so bulky! Well,
What next?
it's also because Super Magic Ike did not manage to enter Wrath, because Ninian hits too weak. And now Ninian is finished too. Alright, I suppose we'll just move back, I guess. Let's see if he can tank both these attacks at once. Here we go.
There's no stopping me.
No stopping me! And so Super Magic Ike destroyed Lancina's face. And now Dragon Nino versus Super Magic Ike. What does that sound? Burn! Burn! That's really cute, but I think you're the one who should burn.
I'll strike you down with one blow.
And in one blow, Dragon Nino's face was completely burned off. And so we conclude today's live demonstration of Super Magic Ike as he tanks multiple attacks and blue physical attacks and just all kinds of unusual things that you would normally not toss against a red unit. But, well, seeing that Super Magic Ike is actually very tanky in all aspects, this is the result that occurs. Anyway, soon we will go and do a display of Marth and Raven, so stay tuned. I thank you all for watching. Until next time.